from the edge of the Great Red Divide, from the little blue island in the center of the country. This is the Heartland Mamas podcast, and I'm your host, Heidi Henry. You can find all of our podcasts on all podcast platforms, plus YouTube and Substack. So please like, subscribe, and share. Today is day 14 in the reign of Orange Caligula, and I want to tell you about the coup of Elon Musk. Elon and his 30-something tech bros have taken control of the U.S. Treasury. Friday, they locked out all of the federal employees and began to dismantle the U.S. payment system. Remember, it was just a week ago when they discontinued all payments. Then the judge said you have to give them all back. So they rescinded the order and sent in Elon Musk to take over our U.S. Treasury. So he's going to be the one deciding if you get your Social Security or not. Musk learned how to manipulate your money with his first venture called X.com, and that's not the same as the name he gave Twitter at all. It was a banking venture for him and an online banking company, and then he worked with Peter Thiel, and together they formed a business called Confinity. Then Musk and Thiel worked together and turned that into the giant PayPal system. And we can thank eBay for that massive audience. eBay now owns PayPal. So all of this stuff kind of goes hand in glove. And we have some giants in the finance bro center, the tech bro center, with Thiel and Musk that now are vying for control of the U.S. Treasury. They know how to move your money. They know how it moves, and they know it intimately better than you do. I mean, we work on pie charts. That's nothing to them. They've got it all figured out. And Peter Thiel is the fairy godfather to the current vice president, J.D. Vance. Don't forget that, because these are all important players in this coup. Musk spent $290 million to purchase United States and its treasury by supporting Donald Trump in the last election. Then, claiming Americans were too stupid to do tech work in the USA, he campaigned for even more H-1B visas to import even more tech migrants to the shores of the USA. This is his dream team, using both foreign and domestic tech terrorists to overthrow the U.S. government. Musk's desire to be more than a president, which according to our laws, he is foreign-born and can never be elected president, so Musk has decided to have a coup and install himself as the supreme ruler of all. Anytime you look at him, you can see that he is the ultimate Bond villain. He was acting so oddly at the Trump pre-election rallies. I mean, jumping up and down, showing his big old floppy gut, raising his arms to the air. And then, during the inauguration himself, I mean, he was as ketamined out as I have ever seen anybody, at least in my opinion. So, and then following that, he goes to the inaugural dinners and throws the Heil Hitler signal. I mean, something's going on with this man. We have to understand that Musk appears to have a delusion of grandeur. And he, like Trump, claims to have superior genes, and he's used Trump's vanity to access our governmental systems because Trump has taught his supporters that financial wealth is more important than God himself. There is no doubt that Trump's legion of deplorables will fall right in line with this coup. They've been raised on keeping up with the Kardashians, after all. Right now, a group of a mere few hundred mortal federal employees are blocking the entryways to the U.S. Treasury to keep Musk and his tech bros out. I'm sure they'll access the building via the tunnel system to get in. But these brave people are watching major firepower take over the streets of Washington, D.C., putting their lives on the line to save our country. The major news networks are finally reporting this coup. I saw it on ABC. Very little else. I think the New York Times finally did a story, but I have been tagging them in stuff on social media all weekend and emailing them to say, look, watch out for this. This is a coup. Once he gets a hold of our money, he has us by the short hairs. all of us. And we either have to give in or starve to death and lose our houses, right? So trust that once Musk gets our data, gets our money, he will have it all, this country and we, the people. All states today should stop sending payments to the U.S. Treasury to prevent this coup. Any money that comes in, Musk will control. Stopping payments and taking the state treasuries offline and placing them into a closed-loop system or an internal system will stop Musk from just flat-out stealing from the states. Once Musk gains control, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and other payment systems will stop. So be prepared. I hope you stocked up on groceries today, and if you haven't, you better go. Between the tariffs and this tomfoolery, we are really up a creek here, people. I'm not sure how long the federal employees can hold the line there. Literally, Trump is sending firepower to take them down. I know he has the will and the desire to open fire on our fellow countrymen. In his last term, we had stopgaps in place to prevent it. Now we have nothing. All of the strongmen Trump hired the first time are gone. Even though they were Trump loyalists, they were really country loyalists. And when they got in the way, Trump fired them and moved on to somebody else. He is trying to put our lives in danger to execute, prosecute, and eliminate people like General Mark Milley. He has replaced all of the strongmen with loyalists and the oligarchy. The world is watching. The whole world is watching. Does Trump have the ability to step away from Musk and his money? I don't think so. There's nothing Trump lauds more than money, and Musk has a buttload of it and more. Perhaps there is a buyout happening under the table and right under our noses. I mean, I can imagine that there's a backroom golf course deal being made. Remember, they played golf over the weekend. Take over the Treasury, give Trump half, and then Musk takes the country in the other half. But Musk would have to prosecute the enemies of Trump, and Trump will just play golf. It's because it just looks that way to me. It just feels that way to me, and I'm not sure what any of us can do to stop it. I mean, if you're close to Washington, D.C., go down and stand with the federal employees. They are really putting themselves out there today, really and truly. Musk taking over the Treasury is one thing. The 9-star Confederate flags appearing on all government websites is another. It's in the upper left-hand corner. If you access any government website, you will see the 9-star Confederate flag from the original 9 states that left the Union to make the Civil War happen. If Trump opens fire on the peaceful protesting government federal employees guarding our Treasury for us, I'm sad to say, I believe we are at war within our own country. All of these chess moves, recruiting a new era of brown and silver shirts among the young men that can't get laid, lying over and over again, conditioning Americans not to believe in anything but money. Since 2015, Trump has been working on destroying America. Now he can sell it off to Musk and go golfing. He is happy. Musk is the omnipotent ruler of all he sees. And you and I, we are screwed. So from the edge of the Great Red Divide, from the little blue island in the middle of America, I'm telling you today to call your senators and call your representatives, call your governor, and tell them what is happening and demand action now. Demand action now. Musk should be arrested for being a foreign agent trying to destroy our country. Take care. This is the Heartland Mamas podcast. I'm your host, Heidi Henry. I say have a great day, but I don't know what kind of day we're going to have or what kind of life we're going to have. So get out there, get active, do those phone calls today. They're not scary to do. The alternative is terrifying. Goodbye.